Let's get to story number 6. The evolution of the doctor and why belief in God may be holding scientists back. In this story, we have to ask ourselves is, if people did not believe in God, how far would these scientists go? There were tons of abortion news headlines. Missouri and Alabama, they're talking about just dropping the gates, but I believe they already did drop the gates on allowing some types of abortions. And we've looked at Planned Parenthood and we've looked at eugenics, and we're looking at how some people just they become systemically in the habit of aborting children because of the consequences. And we see them some of them make it where they don't do it again, and some girls just keep doing it. They fall into the habit. So this story is surfacing about the reversing of Roe versus Wade. And this story is interesting. And what makes it even more interesting is that not only is there an attack on the like places like Planned Parenthood and abortion clinics, but a lot of hospitals have been closing. If you haven't been keeping an eye, we have some hospitals closed in our area where we're at right now. So this unmoral, I wouldn't say unmorality, but people just not understanding where eugenics and the fashion, the material, the cloth that abortion comes from is not genuine. This was a premeditated philosophy, a theology, or however you want to say. It was almost like a practice to eliminate people who were below those who have, or those who have what they were superior at a belief in their particular time frame. So when you see the warriors who are trying to get this understanding to come to light, and the fact that in America you have a choice. The human beings, sometimes there's some type of government regulation, but the fact is you do have a choice. And some people have been doing some drastic things with this bad decision, and they look like their life is going to fall apart. They can't afford, they don't have a job. So this accountability problem is becoming a big thing, and it's hitting headlines like crazy because of the fact that 2 states, Missouri and Alabama, and I'm sure it's probably going to be a lot of states joining this heated discussion. I mean, women are saying they don't want anybody telling them what to do with their bodies, men. So this story is gaining some steam, and it's unbelievable. And then you have you have things like how the doctor feels and how the doctor has been having the procedures that they've had to do in these stories. So the doctor you went from, think about this, okay? There was a doctor investigated for 24 cases of poisoning during surgery. 9 patients died. So you have to ask yourselves, has there always been bad doctors? You have doctors being investigated for getting in the drug game, selling drugs. So when you look at this goodwill offering, or this goodwill society, contributions, donations, a conscious mind, as human beings we have to ask ourselves is, how in the world did we get to a point in time where everybody is okay, and with the fact that that life has been just cut off, but we have a pet dog in our. So this, folks, I'm telling you, as a mediator, that when my desire is to try to be a good person. I believe in my conscious mind, but if you listen to some of the sounds, the vibrations, the vocal patterns of this new world that we live in, folks, there is something going on inside of the human mind that is almost similar to an episode of The Twilight Zone. And some people are trying to dibble and dabble and figure things out. Maybe we should medicate, or maybe we should help them prescribe the medicine. No, folks. Something has happened in the atmosphere where the vibrations have went. When you look at the design of mankind, you have to ask yourself, are some of us animals? Question. Are some human beings animals without a conscience? Herbivores, carnivores, are we that type of species? Well, back to some other things about this story. Story number 6. There are some other things that made it into it. I think there's talking about how some states are suing drug makers over alleged generic price fixing schemes. U.S. measles cases at 800 and still climbing. I'm telling you, the doctor's job is evolving every day. I mean, this guy's probably, I'm sure these doctors are probably praying because they have to be miracle workers. Whew. Hospitals closing. They're even talking about how scientists will be growing babies in artificial wombs soon. This is unbelievable. I mean, this is, if there was no belief in God, scientists would be having, I'm telling you, they're talking about the CRISPR, the gene editing, and if there were no moral compass, no type of belief in God, where would people find inspiration? This isn't human, folks. This is animal behavior. Oh my God. If you want to contribute anywhere here in the media with me, Brian West, to help out, all you have to do is visit www.method8inc.com, method8.com, where you can buy something, click on something, watch something, or just read something, or just sponsor the program.
If you need help, then dial your operator.
Have no fear, fellow citizens. The Mediator is